Hello, everyone. Good evening. I know it's not yet time to start, but just to say to us all that we are having a little bit of technical hitch in terms of the links that were sent out. So some link, I don't know. There's a hitch. That's where I explain it, but we're trying to rectify that so that people will get this link. There's a particular link that was there before, so when you go through it, you find it saying that another meeting is in progress. Hopefully, we get more people to actually get to use the this particular link that it's being done now. But whatever it is, let's just remember that it's about being present. It's about getting what needs to be done. No matter what it is, we'll keep showing up. And at the end of the day, that's what is really most important. Thank you very much. So we wait till the hour because one of the things we try to do is to ensure that we start on time. If we're working on building a new nation, what we must respect is time. And we must ensure that wherever we're starting, at any time we're doing something, we start at the given time. Thank you, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Century, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Okay. For my own end, it's 9. I don't know whether it's my clock that is too fast.
Is right.
I heard you clearly. Can you hear as well?
Yes, it's 9 p.m. Yes, you're right. It's 9 p.m.
Okay.
Please.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's program. Unfortunately, we're having a bit of a technical hitch, like I did explain earlier on, that there was a mix-up in the links that were sent in. So probably people are finding it a little bit difficult getting to this one. Some people have the other link, another link, which sort of like, even when I came in, I had to go out and come in. So that might be a little bit of part of the things that the hitch we will have. But I want to say to every one of us that we should not be discouraged. We'll continue to work on it and we'll continue to get better. And in everything that it's done, the most important thing is for us to always say that, yes, we are amongst those ones that are counted. We are amongst the ones that show up. Showing up is extremely very important. Showing up, it's what really matters at the end of the day. And even if it's one person that shows up, it makes a whole lot of difference. Our guest fundraiser will be coming in later on. I don't know whether he's here already, but it's just for us to wait for him a while. We expect him, but we continue, like we've always said, that we start on time. So I will hand over to you, Dudu. I think we're supposed to have the opening prayers. Probably we'll have one person read out so that we don't have our voices coming out all over this thing. One person will do the national anthem and also the opening prayers. Thank you. Over to you, Dudu.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the third edition of Obidati 2023 campaign. We appreciate you all. And as usual, we would start off with the national anthem, which is the second stanza of our anthem that forms our opening prayer. So are you saying I sing alone or you join me?
Why don't you take it alone, whether you read it more? Are we doing this? We're starting with the opening prayer, right? The second stanza.
Yes,
we're also
please.
doing the national anthem.
Oh, okay. All right, then. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Arise, oh. You said the first stanza and second, or we start with the second?
No, so since we're doing the national anthem, then the prayers is the second stanza.
Okay, then that's the second stanza.
You want me to join you with my croaky voice?
Yes,
okay.
Please.
It's
it saves the day.
Everyone.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Get ready. Oh God of creation, direct
our noble course.
Guide
our leaders right. Help our youth
the truth to know. In love
and
honesty
to grow
and
living just and
true. Great
lofty heights attain to build a nation where peace and justice shall reign. So help us, God. Hello, everyone. Please.
Can hear you.
Okay. I think along the way, Dudu sort of like dropped off.
Yes.
So, yes, along the way. So please, you have to listen to my croaky voice and all of that. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in unusual times. And in an unusual time, it's very important that citizens stand up. Our country needs us right now. Nigeria needs us right now. Every nation that you see, every great nation, they got to the place where the people decided that enough was enough, and they did something about it. Some of them had revolution, bloody revolution, for them to be able to get what they want. We, the citizens of Nigeria, have an opportunity to have a bloodless revolution. And that revolution must be at the ballot, at the polling unit, using the ballot paper, our thumbprint, the ink. Instead of the redness that normally will flow in the land when there's a revolution, we will use the ink and we will mark those papers and use that for the revolution. Those who are in government have never bothered about us. Those who are in government have always focused on themselves. We sit down here while we die every day. Every time you're sitting down and you're seeing people coming to you and they're telling you how much they need money for healthcare system. We sit down and we see so many people who have so many illnesses, who cannot afford to take care of themselves, and they have to do GoFundMe. But what happens with our leaders? They go out of the country, they get the best of the best medical healthcare. They go on and get that while we here are dying. I always remind people to think back to when there was lockdown in Nigeria, when the whole world went on lockdown because there was a virus that was plaguing the whole world. What happened in Nigeria? The rich also started dying. The rich also started dying, and it was time for us, the masses, to understand that it wasn't really witches and wizards that were killing us. It wasn't principalities and powers. It wasn't the people in the village. It wasn't those who are enemies or those who don't like us. It's basically because we don't have good healthcare system that we can assess. The way the rich amongst us and those who have looted our monies go out there to get those same healthcare system. When something happens to someone, they say to you that, oh no, it's your time. Oh, it's the person's time. And I always wonder, why is it only the masses that it's their time? Why often it is not the time of those who are leading us? That's the question we must ask ourselves. As we go on now, it's going to be more and more and more difficult. There are days that you will doubt yourself. There are days that will try to plant all sorts of things in your head and tell you that it's not possible. The only way that it's not possible if you do not do the needful. And as long as every one of us, each and every one of us, do the needful, it doesn't matter what the result will be like. Let every one of us put in our 100%. Let's put in our 200%. Let's put in our 1,000%. The only person that you have to hold accountable is yourself. And as long as we all do that, definitely we will get that result that we are looking for. But right now, it's not the time to focus on it. The time that what we focus on is ourselves. We wake up every day and say to ourselves, what we did yesterday is just the beginning. Today we will top it. We wake up every day and say to ourselves, what more can we do? What more can we add? What value can we bring in? What little energy can we summon and do the things that we need to do? As we go into the election, close to the election, 70-something days now, 78 days. As we go in closer, we're going to see a lot of things that will be thrown at us. A lot of things would happen. And I'm sure you've started seeing that. I say to people again and again and again, the people that we are fighting are not just the ones who are on the ballot paper. It also includes the ones who are never seen anywhere. The ones who are more dangerous. They are the ones who have Nigeria in their pocket. For 60 plus years, they have ruled this country the way they want to. For 60 plus years, they have done what they want to, how they want to do it. And Nigeria is like their company in their pocket. What they're afraid of is the people having the power to decide who gets into office. And indeed, they know that the moment the people understand that the power indeed belongs to them, then their power will go away. Have you heard anybody talking about structure anymore? 6 months ago, when this whole thing started, they said to you, where is the structure? You do not have the structure. And guess what happened? You show them that indeed you have the structure, that indeed you are the structure, that indeed you're not afraid to put your everything in. You're not afraid of being mocked. You're not afraid of being laughed at. You're not afraid of people denigrating you. You're not afraid of people insulting you. You're not afraid of people calling you names, that you are focused on what you want to do. And today, nobody is talking about structure because they know there is structure. They will bring other things in. And that's where you begin to see the doubt. Some people will come and say 1, 2, 3. Some people will say A, B, C, D. Some people will say this and that. At this moment, we all must have tunnel visions. We all must focus on the big picture. We all must not focus on what any other person is doing. We all must focus on what our candidate is doing. And what are the things that we can do to ensure that our candidate on May 29th, 2023 is sworn into office, and we all are there cheering him on, and we all are there telling him that indeed we will hold him accountable because we voted him there to work for our nation, not just us, but for the generation unborn, so that one day we will have a nation where other people too want to come to Nigeria. One day we will have a nation where when you say you are from Nigeria, people will look at you and they will wish they were you. One day we want a nation where those who are born into the country will not say, why did they come here? We can be that reason, and we can be the ones to do it. We can be the ones to indeed do it. There is no other person that will do it. For time again and again and again that you sit down and you pray to God and you say that you want God to make Nigeria a better nation. This is the opportunity. This is the miracle you've always prayed for. The miracle is to be alive, to get to that day on election day and be able to use your thumbprint and be able to be the ones to determine the people that get into office. We will no longer allow those who have stolen our wealth to be the ones to perpetuate themselves in office or perpetuate their stooges. They have done it again and again and again. It is time that we stop them. It is time that we begin to say to ourselves, with the little that we have, we can do so much. They might have the stolen loot. They might have the bullion vans. They might have the companies that they have gotten. They might have the oil wells that they have illegally allocated to themselves. But we will have each other, and we will have our pennies. We will have our kobos and our nairas. We will have our 1,000, our 200, our 1 naira, our 20 naira. We will have our 10,000, our 20,000, our 1 million, our 20 million. We will have our 50 million. We will have our 10 naira, and we will put in there. It might look little, but as long as we do not give up, as long as we continue to drop those things in, definitely we will get to one place where indeed that we know that we are serious. And let me tell you something. For those who feel that their 1 naira might not matter, that their 2 naira might not matter, that their 252 naira 25 kobo, because before I came on today, I saw an alert that came in, and it said 225 naira 52 kobo. No, 252 naira 25 kobo. That was the amount, and that is great. And you know what will happen? That 252 naira 25 kobo will be the one that will attract the 50 million. Because the person who has that 252 naira 25 kobo is passionate and is unafraid and is determined that indeed the little that he or she has, that it will make a difference. And when that difference continues to mount up, guess what? Those who have it, who didn't have the passion, or who were afraid, or who thought it was a joke, or who thought it can't be, then they will know that indeed there is seriousness and they will come in. So let me say to every one of us here, do not be discouraged by the number. Just know that you showed up, and you showing up is all that matters. For I've said this again and again, and I will repeat this here. that the strength of this movement, is not of those of us that are known. In fact, those of us that are known are sometimes the threat and the weakness. Because the moment we are known, we are also known to opposition. There are many of them that will come with their money and try to buy off a lot of people. But you see those ones that are not known, those ones who every day they stand up, they're working tirelessly, they're talking to people, they are meeting people on behalf of Peter Obi, they're talking to them. They are the strength, because even the opposition do not know that they're there, and they are the ones who are talking to everyone. They are the ones who will bring their 252 naira 25 kobo and put it in. And then when they have another one, they will send it in. The person that has that 100 naira, 1 naira, 1,000 naira, they will put it in. And when they continue to put it in, then the numbers continue to rise. Then those who have the big monies, that's when they come in. If you notice, when all the movement started, people said, no, it's not going to last. Give them 1 week, they will stop. But the 1 week became 2 weeks, became 3 weeks, became 4 weeks, became a month and a half, became 2 months, 3 months, a quarter, became 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. And we're looking at the 7th month. And then those who didn't even believe in the first place, today they are here and they're joining. And I want to say to you all that that little money, the 1,000 naira, the 500 naira, the 2,000 naira, the 10,000 naira, it makes a whole difference. And it's not just the money, it's the passion that comes with it. Because you know, the person that has invested 1 naira in your movement, definitely on the day of election will be out there, will stand, and will ensure that when they vote, that their votes get counted. They will defend their votes. So it's much more than just the money. It's a whole lot of passion behind it. And as we start this today, I want to say to every one of us, keep going. They say there are no bad weather, only bad clothing. And no matter the obstacles that we meet on the road, we will find the clothing that will fit the weather. We will keep going. We do not have any other option to the day to 25th of February, 2023. And after that, a week after that, then we will sit back and look at ourselves and we'll say we did it by the grace of God. Nelson Mandela said something. He said, it's impossible until it's done. And I always take that to say, indeed, it's impossible until it's done. And all you need for that possible is to remove the I am before impossible. And how do you do it? By perseverance, by not giving up. The people who succeed in life are the people who pay the perseverance test. The people who stay on, even when it seems as if nothing was possible. They are the ones who get to succeed. And we must stay on and persevere and continue to come out every day. Continue to be present, because all that matters is for us to be counted. And when that one person is counted, that's all that matters. The votes that we're looking for, the monies we are looking for, whatever it starts from one. That is the power of one. Thank you so much, everyone. Welcome, everyone. And I'll hand over to Dudu. Thank you.
Thank you, Comrade Aisha. I think Dudu is having a bit of a network challenge. She's trying to join back. So Dudu, can you speak? I think she's back in. Dudu, can you speak?
Okay. Hi, Century. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you now. Welcome.
Yes, we can hear you.
Right. My apologies. I was having network issues. Right. I guess Aisha's opening address has come to an end.
Yes.
Yes, it has.
Oh, okay. All right. So next on the agenda, we have update on donations and weekly impact reports, on amounts received so far. I will call on Aisha Yusufu to give us a brief on that, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, can I just beg for indulgence for that to be moved down? I'm getting emails from people telling me they have invalid meeting ID. So the hitch that I talked about, yes, so it's really affecting. So let me just get the link and send it
Okay.
out to people, a fresh link for them to be able to use. In the
Okay.
meantime, do we have our guest fundraiser in the house?
Not
I
yet.
am not sure yet.
Okay, yeah, he was on the way. Earlier when we had spoken, he was on the way back home. And unfortunately, I would take responsibility for that. I was supposed to have called him at 8 p.m. To remind him of today's meeting. But I ended up calling him at 8:15 p.m. And he didn't realize it was already past 8. So, and he said he was going to dash home. So in the meantime, while I do this, why don't we do something? There's Yusuf Al Hassan. If you remember Yusuf Al Hassan, he was supposed to have spoken the first time we had our fundraising meeting, and he had network issue. So if we're able to bring him on to speak, I think he's the one that if we're able to bring him, that would be lovely. Let's have a few people do that. And also, please, we have people that are doing pledges and all of that. Let me go off and handle the issue of people who have invalid meeting ID. Thank you, please. And thank you for understanding.
And thank you, Comrade Aisha. So, Yusuf Al-Hassan, you can go on and speak. You can speak. Yusuf Al-Hassan, can you hear us, Yusuf?
Or probably he's experiencing. Okay, I think he's
unmuted.
Hello.
Yes.
fantastic.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hi, Yusuf.
Yes,
Yes, we can.
Yes, this is Yusuf Al-Hassan speaking from Kano.
Yes, we can hear you,
Hello.
Yusuf. Please go ahead, Yusuf. You can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you very clear.
First of all, let me use the medium to thank the organizers of this meeting for giving me the opportunity to speak. During the previous meeting, I've wanted to speak, but my network was very much poor. And I heard all what was discussed then. And of course, thank God that even the presidential candidate was there. And of course, I had heard his remark. So here in Kano in particular, or rather to say in the north, we are really appreciative of what you guys are doing. And we are doing our best to see that by God's grace, this year or this 2023 election, we emerge victorious. That is the masses. First of all, I want to talk about how we can infiltrate the north and get the needed votes. Are you with me? Hello?
Yes, we are hearing you loud and clear. We are hearing you loud and clear.
Yes. Okay. First of all, I want us to go on what we call bot hunt. That is where we'll go for block bots. There are a lot of people that they can be in our meeting for one reason or the other, but they need to be recognized. So we have started here in the north, particularly here in Kano. I was one of these very particular kind of people. And of course, that very particular person alone, I know definitely under his control, there is much over 500,000 bots. So if that very particular person agreed to work with us, definitely our candidate will be the person to be beaten during the election. So we need to, first of all, identify those kind of people. Most of these people, they need nothing but rather to be recognized, to heard that these people are from Peter, Obi, and Dati. They came to greet you, knock on their door, they will open the door. Then has a discussion with them. Let them understand our movement. And of course, I have started that already because I could remember last week, I was even able to call the attention of our northwestern coordinator in person of Muhammad Audi. If he's in the meeting, he can hear me, and of course he can bear me witness. I call him. I asked one of those very particular people to speak with him, and of course he have heard all what he was said or what he was saying about the North and Kano in particular. So definitely this time around, it's not the matter of religion. It's not the matter of tribal inclination, but rather Nigerian really needs change. And this very particular change, we definitely know, and of course they know that, yes, we can't bring somebody that will not take them to that very particular promised land. This very particular guy is nobody but rather Peter Obi. And of course, they all believe on what he will do. And of course, they have heard of him. The only thing is that the kind of people that are advertising the issue of Peter Obi, particularly here in Kano, are very much slow. I don't know why. Maybe they don't have the material to work with or something of such. I don't specifically say, but all I know, there are a lot of people that what they need, they just need to be recognized. We have a lot of this kind of people, and of course, I have started working with them, meeting them one by one. The only thing that is that I may need sometimes that these very particular people to be introduced either to the national headquarters of obedient campaign organization or something also, so as for them to know what this category of people are doing, and of course what they intend to do whenever they are recognized or what they are doing. And at the same time, I was listening to last 2 weeks meeting. I have heard all what other people discuss with regard to issue of the North and what have you. Particularly somebody that talked about Jigawa. Jigawa is one kind of state that has 5 emirates. There is no way you can win in Jigawa without collaborating or seeking the collaboration of those very particular 5 emirates. So what I will advise is that let us see how we can be able to get in touch with the most of those very particular people close to those very particular emirate as we have started to see how we are going to get an inroad into that very particular emirate. The moment we are able to do that, then definitely our candidate will secure through. And another way is that most of these very particular people is not money they are looking for. They are not looking for anything. As I said earlier, they just need to be recognized that, yes, people met them with regard to so candidate. That is all what they want. So that is why I want to call on those in charge of contact and mobilization to do something pretty fast in order to see that, yes, they have reached these very particular people. So I know that a lot of people are online and of course maybe wanted to talk directly or otherwise. So I think I will stop here a little, unless if time was given to me before the end of the meeting, then I may say 1 or 2 things again, inshallah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Yusuf Al Hassan. Is Dudu around?
Yes,
So
please.
before Dudu come, okay, yeah, you Dudu.
Yes, please. I'm here.
Okay, so you didn't come in, so I was wondering.
That's okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Yusuf Al Hassan, for this, and I think you've really raised so many salient points, and everyone of us listening here do understand the fact that we are the ones to do this. This is it, and for me, one of the in this movement, what is so fascinating is the fact that people aren't even asking for money; they're just asking for materials. And even amongst us, as we said, that I will come up with that, which is to say, we're going to come up with register. What are the things that are needed by so and so people? Just do those things. Sometimes you might just want to do banners or T-shirts or posters or billboards or pay for airtime or do one thing or the other. Just do it. It might just be 10 T-shirts you want to do. Fine, you do it to send it in. For those who want to donate money, because we need money, we need donations in money and also in kind. And for me to share this a little bit for you all, Yusuf Al Hassan is like a big brother to me. We all grew up in the same place, and when we're growing up, basically, these young dreamers who just believe we could do more than the ghetto we had found ourselves. We could rise beyond the poverty that we had found ourselves, and that we normally would stay many times just. I think at one time we're just like 4 5 of us we're determined we will go to school, we're determined we'll get that education and keep going. And I must say to you, the first time Yusuf had called me and he talked, we were like, you know what, Aisha, let me tell you something. We voted along religious lines before, we voted along ethnicity and everything. People are tired now. People are just saying they want to vote for competence. And there was a statement he made that sent the chills down my back. And I'm saying it to everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello?
Yes, you can hear loud and
Hello,
clear.
we can hear you. Yes.
Okay, were you hearing me before?
You
Yes, we were
went
hearing.
off a bit, but then you're
Okay,
back
I
on.
didn't know. Okay, where did I go off? I just looked down and I saw I was muted. I didn't know I was muted. So where was I?
You were where you said Yusuf told you something that sent chills
Okay, yeah,
down your
fantastic.
spine.
Okay, that was when I saw I had muted. So I was like, so he said something that sent the chills down my back. He said, look, it's not about saying whether the person is a Christian or not, whether he's Igbo or not. Even if he's worshiping stone, we need people with competence, character, and capacity. And that was for me for the first time where I sat back like, wow, there's a real shift that is happening. There's a paradigm shift that has happened. This is way beyond what people, I don't know whether Yusuf is on Twitter. I've never seen him on Twitter. Although I would have followed him, but I don't know whether he is on Twitter. But a lot of people sit down on Twitter and then begin to tell you about the North. And I say to people, many of the people who are on Twitter and who are actually from the North, they are not from the North that we were from. We were from the North, we were from the places, from the hoods where we were seen as nobodies. And I say this everywhere I go, I'm passionate. I never hide where I come from. I grew up in Kwanahudu. We all grew up in Kwanahudu, where many youth were on drugs, where someone will come to you and say, borrow us 300 naira, the next riot they will pay you. We were seen as the dregs of society. We were seen as we can't be anything. But we came out of there. Many of the ones you see on Twitter are those who belong to the haves, who were told that the have-nots will continue to worship them. They were told that we were not human beings, that we were only here to serve them. They were only here to be their slaves. Their fathers, their grandfathers have put everything in place for them. And that's the reason why a lot of people have been denied the access to education. And so when they come on Twitter, they're telling you about the North. There is a North that we, myself and Yusuf and many others grew up in that they have no idea of. The North where there is no hope. The North where you sit down, you see a woman will give birth to a child and there's no cloth to cover that child. I know this is not where we're supposed to go to. But just hearing Yusuf talk, you don't know how proud we are of each other. Because we were told we cannot be anything. I remember when we would sit down, 4 or 5 of us. There was one of us who wanted to be a police officer. He died. He died. He didn't make it through to today. And so when I hear people come to tell us that are we not afraid that they will kill us, I said many of us died. Many of us died. Many of my friends died. Many of his friends died. They didn't survive. The way that you see today, we grew up in the North that a lot of them don't know. A lot of them kept oppressed and suppressed. And when he said to me, we're looking for competence, I felt that chill because there's a word out there that a lot that on Twitter who were brought up as the haves, and they forgot that the have-nots that were kept down, that the eyes are opening. And so just to say to everyone that indeed we have a lot of work today, but the work is doable. And that when we feel broken, We should know that there are so many out there on the streets who aren't saying anything, who you might not hear on Twitter, who you might not see so much in the social media spaces, but they believe. And for the first time, people are done. They are so done with incompetence. They are so done with cluelessness. They are so done with the failure. They are so done with the hunger. They are so done with the killings. They are so done with the rapings. And they're waiting and saying, we need someone with competence, character, and capacity that can work for us, that cares about the people, that has always been present, that is not only speaking today because he's running for office, but has always spoken because he cares for the nation, that is not focused on the next election only, but focused on the next generation. And so the next time they tell you that the North will not vote for Peter Obi, remember there's a Yusuf Al-Hassan, and I can tell you we grew up together. He's like my older brother. I'm the first child. I didn't have an older brother, but he's like my older brother. And there's so many of them who are on this movement. So don't listen to what they say to you. Know that the passion you have, there are so many who have that passion. They might not speak as much as you do, but they have it. And this is what you're saying, that 1 naira matters, the 2 naira matters, the 1,000 matters. And if we all come together and put that down, we'll get somewhere. And one day, just one day, we will have our descendants. We might no longer be here. We will have our descendants who will be proud to be Nigerians. Thank you.
I wished I was there to hug you and just hold you close. That was an emotional pitch.
It was. Dudu,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Dudu, we suffered.
I know.
Dudu, we suffered. I'm sorry. I'm an emotional person, and at any time, I'm not afraid to cry.
That's
Dudu,
okay.
we suffered.
Yeah, it's okay
There were
to
times
cry.
we couldn't eat food. We ate the burnt part of food. Kanzo. That's what they will cook and we will eat. There were times we didn't have. We boiled guinea corn. That's what we will eat. And today, up to today, there's so many people who are still there. I grew up an angry teenager living in a ghetto where people will see me, they'll be afraid. They won't allow their children to play with us. They kept their children away from us because we were seen as the dregs of society. But because of education, today we are here and the world is forced to listen to us. And there are so many other people who, with good governance, the world also will be forced to listen to them, and we will not give up. And even if it's only one of us, we will keep going. You guys don't know what we went through. We went through hell. We went through hell and back. And when I see people talk about money, I say, what the hell? Where were you when I needed textbooks? We were begging for textbooks. Yusuf will tell you. In 1991, I wrote my SSC. I was begging people to give me textbook. Ababio, how much was Ababio? I begged people for textbook. I never got those things. I would not be able to have money to buy tomatoes. I was in the university. He would remember a lady once mocked me and said to me, I wear only one dress. I went home and I laughed. And I said, I will be remembered. I'm famous. I wear only one dress. I couldn't afford tomato. I will use kuli to do stew. And today, in a nation that has so much abundance, if you see how much I heard, knowing that it is the same our mates whom we sat down and berated the older ones. We were 18, we were 20, we were 13, 14, 15. We were talking about a Nigeria that failed us. And those people who are my mates, on Monday, I'm going to be 49 years old. They are the ones today who are doing the same thing to the next generation. And they tell us not to talk. And they tell us that they own this country. No way. I say to my father, what were they doing when those people took away Nigeria? I will not stand. Their fathers oppressed our fathers. They oppressed us. They will never, ever oppress our children. And even if I use my life, they will never, no matter what it takes, we will keep going. They will laugh at us. At the end of the day, we will have victory. And good governance will be entrenched in Nigeria so that the child of nobody can become somebody without knowing anybody. Good result. Yet, I watched people with less result because they had parents who were more powerful than my parents. They got admission, but I never gave up. And I stayed on. And even when they told me that I will never leave the ghetto, that I will never be somebody, I looked them straight in the eyes and I say, one day the world will hear about me. And today, here we are. And there are so many children out there that the world will hear. I'm so sorry. Apologies to anyone. But I'm an emotional person. When I break down, I break down.
Yeah,
I
you
leave
don't
when I
you
get
don't
strong,
have to
I'm going to be strong.
apologize. Yeah.
Just hear this Yusuf speak. You know what it is to hear Yusuf speak? We couldn't speak English. They made fun of us. They laughed at us. They laughed at me. I couldn't speak English. They made fun of us. But today, we can speak English. We can stand in places and the world will hear us. And there are so many other children. They too, they will be there.
Oh
Apologies.
yes.
I'll just move on now.
No,
This has
no,
because it took me back to my
don't
childhood. My
apologize.
childhood
Yeah,
was hell. I see
don't
a lot of people
apologize.
who say, oh, adulthood is difficult. And I look at them. I said I couldn't wait to be an adult, to be in charge of my life because my childhood was hell. It was hell on earth. My childhood is the most degrading thing I can ever think about. Even up till now, there are some thoughts about my childhood I still don't think about. Anytime I see somebody who, because I know the struggles we went through, one day, the child in Nigeria, we have access to good quality education. That poor person's child, we have opportunity. We have a Nigerian dream, and they can be whatever they want to be. And nobody will dare say to them that they can't be those people.
Oh yes.
Thank you, Dudu.
Oh yes. I'm sending a million hugs and I'm sending a million warm cuddles. I wish I was there to hold you. You don't have to apologize for speaking your truth. History is kind to you, Aisha.
Honestly, Yusuf, I'm so proud of you. Just hearing you
Thank you,
speak
Yusuf.
today, I
Thank
thank
you,
you.
Yusuf.
Just,
Yeah,
I know what we went through. They
I know.
mocked us and laughed at us. Today we are somewhere.
Yes, yes. You are a real inspiration. Today, your name reverberates not just across Nigeria, but globally. Today, you have made us proud to be Nigerians because you have stood out, because you have chosen to take a stand, irrespective of whose ox is God, because you have chosen to speak your truth. You have chosen to stay consistent. You have chosen to be who you are. And in you, we derive strength. In you, today, we find joy. In you, we find confidence. In you, we can smile and say, oh, Aisha Yusufu will speak on this injustice and the nation will listen. Today, you have a bigger voice than even the president, a bigger voice than even the highest political office in Nigeria. Because when you speak, everybody listens. So yes, you are the hope of every broken dream that every child in this country has been denied. You are that inspiration, you and the Yusuf Al Hassan and so many others. You know, you mentioned a friend of yours who wanted to be a police officer that didn't make it up until now. May his soul rest in peace. There are so many broken dreams like that. But because of you, the future will be better. Because of you, future generations will look back and thank you for the role that you played. And thank you for rising up amidst all the tribulations and all the castigation and the curses, amidst all that people accuse you ignorantly, you still stand and you still speak your truth. Your tears today are tears of joy. Your tears today are tears of victory, because your tears today are a testament of you rising above all that was thrown at you. So many of us who had better opportunities are nowhere near where you are. So we don't come close to where you stand today. So take pride in
Thank you.
who you have become. Take pride in the battles you have won and the many battles ahead that you will win. Because in you, we draw strength and we find inspiration. Thank you for all that you represent. Thank you for
Thank you
being that
thank you
voice
so much.
that have
Thank you
shattered
so much.
so many glass ceilings, to the womanhood, to the men who are also not able to speak their truth. All of us have found a part of you that we derive strength from. And you are many parts in one. And we thank you. We thank you. Words
Thank
fail
you.
me.
I'm so sorry, everyone. This wasn't
No,
supposed to
don't be
happen.
sorry. Don't be
Honestly, I
sorry.
don't.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
No,
you
I feel,
needed to do
I
this.
really feel, I really do feel better, and thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. It's just that
Thank, thank you to
that
Aisha.
pride, just hearing a brother, hearing a brother
Mm,
speak, it's just so
mm,
amazing.
mm,
Thank you, everyone.
mm,
Um, has
mm.
Kenneth been able to join us, or is he? Let me go check whether he's having issues too. Uh, with
He
this
was.
thing. Apologies. So in the meantime, can we have people speak? They want to. If there are people who are making pledges, we'll still come back to do that one.
Better
I was also
Nigerian
going to
outreach.
check. Yeah.
We have better Nigerian outreach. His hand is up. Do we take him? Better Nigerian outreach. We have Adakoli and Kashmir.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, so better outreach, better Nigerian outreach. You have the floor. You can speak.
Wow. I actually don't know where to start from. Madam Aisha, you have said a lot of things and you have touched a lot of areas where most of us started reflecting back on where we're coming from. My name is Benjamin Mayor Yamidan. I'm the co-convener of Better Nigerian Outreach Worldwide. And we are here to be part of this program. When the donations start, then we'll come up with our donation. We have already concluded and agreed as a group what we're going to be giving out on every fundraising program that is being organized. I just want to talk to Aisha to let her know that she was opportune to be educated. And there's a lot of people like her who were not even opportune at all to be educated, even though they are smart and they're intelligent, and that opportunity was denied. And we all have the opportunity today to leave the shores of Nigeria and scattered all over the world. We find out that education is a basic need and necessity for every citizen. Even those that say they don't want it, in one way or the other, they're still educated. All what Nigerians are yearning and crying for is that the government should give us social amenities. We will survive, we can take care of other things. Oh, now these things are not available. Madaisha, you said you suffered. Yeah, I don't want us to. There are so many of us that suffer more than what you think you pass through. Today is not a day to start sharing tears, but with your tears, you moved a lot of people disabling. I'm a man, I hardly shed tears, but my wife is sitting there in front of me. I just have to close my eyes so that she don't know what's going on. But what you said actually brought some tears of joy into my face because you are alive to testify, and second, your life and your achievement have become something that every Nigerian want to emulate. That is why I'm telling you this. You are not in this alone. And even though everybody denies Peter Obi, me personally, I will be there. And I believe there is a lot of people like me that will be there. So it is a journey that we have all begun, and we must end this journey together because we found out that whatever we get today from people, whatever we get today from other political party, it will only take us for a month. It will not take us in 4 years or 8 years. I want to urge everybody present here. You can make an individual donation, no matter how small it takes. This is the only way we can tell other political parties, other candidates, and Peter Obi that we are rightly and solidly behind him. A friend of mine, a brother, and who we are into this group together, said something 3 days ago when we were having a meeting, and he said, obedience is equal to active participation with what you have. With 1 naira you are giving out is important. Online campaign, being on ground to mobilize is important. Mr. Hassan, if you are hearing my voice, I want to tell you, thank you so much, sir, for being here today. And I want to make a plea, or I want to pray. I want to make a prayer for Madaisha and you who are Hassan. If you guys can raise up like 3 to 4 persons that will go and meet those people that you made mention of, that are not interested in money, that are not interested in material things, but just interested in personal recognition. I will talk to my group, and every member of that group will come up with the logistic that it's going to take, so that you guys can go meet those people and tell them you are from Peter Obi. Since they are not interested in our little change, since they are not interested in what we have to give, but we just want that recognition. Madam Aisha, I know you have a lot of things on your table. I know you have a lot of things to take care of. You are on the campaign train, you travel up and down, but if you can delegate somebody who you know that has more face in the campaign organization with Hassan to go meet those people, it will be a plus to us. For Hassan to come up forward like this, to say something like this, I must tell you, he must have done his own investigation. We are having problem with grassroots mobilizers, different group. Today was a hell of a fight on Twitter because some people are having conflict interest. We have a lot of groups who have come up to say, we are doing this, we are doing that. We raise funds for them. Nigerians are raising funds for them on social media, on Twitter. But at the end of the day, we do not say what they spend this money for. And a lot of names were called out today. Aisha, Madam Aisha, I also want you to look into the direction. If it is possible that the campaign organization put out a tweet or put out information, so that every donation that Nigerians are doing should be coming to this campaign organization, so that whenever a grassroots mobilizer or anybody who is doing a good job, the person can be rather pushed forward here, and the funds can be put together for that person to continue doing another job. Because we found out that whenever they said they need materials, they don't just actually need materials. What they need is finance. They want you to give them money. And once you give them money, they will just go and snap with 20 to 30 persons. They said they have done that. So we had issues upon issues regarding this particular topic. And since Hassan is coming up to bring solution to these issues that is piling up, I would say we'll look into it critically and address it once and for all. Like I said, I will be here. We are here. I'm here with some of my members of the group. We will be here as soon as the donation start. I will come up and pronounce our donation. Thank you, and God bless you for giving me a listening ear. I remain your humble brother.
Thank you very much for your powerful contribution. We appreciate. Century, we can let more people speak, please. There's a
Thank you very much.
Jogi.
Also, our guest fundraiser, he has just notified me that he's in the house.
Oh,
Thank
yay.
you. Yeah,
So what's his name?
Sent a message. Kenneth Okonkwo.
I know I can't find him on this thing. I can't find his name. I know his name.
Thank you.
Name
Thank you so much to Better Nigeria outreach. Definitely for me, the next, how do I put it? I think we're at 78 days now. The next 78 days, it's all about this election. Everything of mine, it's by the side. And unfortunately for me, I have such an amazing husband who truly understands and just makes things work out for on the issue of the campaign. So whether we have time, because I heard you say I have a lot of things, I don't have anything on ground other than to get all the things that we can on the campaign. And like I spoke with Yusuf earlier today, and we're already making plans on getting those things happen. So it's all about the campaign, and everything that we can do is just every one of us, the way we all have been doing to just get it done. On the issue of also the funding, that's one of the things. And I will tell you, it took a long time. Peter Obi very, very, very serious on the issue of accountability and transparency. There are some people who say, no, he doesn't want anything that has to do with anything that where there will not be accountability. And so that's one thing that has really been, we've really been mindful of and focused on, and he keeps singing on that. And so unfortunately, but there are a lot of support groups, there are a lot of people, there are genuine ones who are working. That's always the thing about life. And then a few ones will come, and then you just get everything messed up. But one of the things that we'll try to do now is to get people to actually even donate in kind. So if support no wahala, what are the things that are needed? If we can get people that will do that, will take the materials down there and ensure that they're being used very well. So thank you so much. I don't know the name, or probably, sometimes people enter WhatsApp not with their names, right? Yeah, I'll send him a message and find out what name is he.
Name
So
is
over to
in.
you.
Okay, so we have Adakule. Ijogi, please. Can you speak? You're muted. Adakule Ijogi. But if he's not available, we'll go with Kasmer. Kasmer, you can speak.
Yes. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, Kasmer. We can hear you.
Yeah. Can
Go
you
ahead.
hear me?
Loud
Okay.
and
First of all, I want to thank you for this opportunity. I just met Aisha, who is an Amazon of a woman, a couple of days ago. And Aisha, I want to tell you this directly. You are such an inspiration to all of us. You are such a good, impeccable character that Nigerians need to emulate at this point. Your passion is just above board, so whatever drives you, please let it keep driving you, because you're making such, an impact. Now, I'll quickly introduce myself. I am a trained investment banker and financial consultant, and also I ran to become a senator in Imo East Senatorial Zone in 2019. Now, it's just because of the passion that I had and just watching what was going on in the country that made me, to influence my decision to run to become a senator. Now, it's obvious the old parties, have their structures or whatever they call them and their ways of bribing people. And one of the core things that I had actually wanted to achieve if I was successful was to make sure that the people in the diaspora vote. Just like now, my interest is just to make sure that the bona fide Nigerian citizens in the diaspora who are willing and ready to support this campaign, by all legal means, can do so. Now, if you look, the employment figures have skyrocketed. Over 40 million children are out of school. And millions of Nigerian youths migrate to European countries under very hazardous conditions in search of a better life. Our roads are death traps, terrorist activities everywhere has impacted our lives and all of that. So this brings us to where we are, Mr. Pitobi. Now, personally, I'll tell you what I have done. I opened a campaign office, presidential campaign office in my own ward, and also another office in my local government. And just last week, I went to the Labour Party office in Owerri, capital of Imo State, and they told me that they didn't have a functional generator. So I gave them a brand new 7 kVA generator just to make sure that things work out well there. Now, with what we are trying to achieve here is to make sure that the campaign is well funded. Now, every campaign, as you all know, is very expensive, and unlike the forces we are fighting, we do not have billionaire donors funding the campaign. Instead, this is a people and youth-powered campaign that rely on forward-thinking people like you and I. And with everybody's financial support, we will sensitize, train grassroots organizers, mobilize millions of voters, and end control of our politics by all these recycled leaders who have led our country anemic, our treasury anemic. So that's the goal. Now, if you look around, there are so many divergent exposures from different people. So what we need at this point is to harmonize what we all have, since we're all trying to achieve the same political goal, which is to elect Mr. Peter B, as the president. Now, when I was listening to Aisha, this is just the tragedy of this country that we call Nigeria, because these recycled leaders have formed a group within themselves. So it's them against us. So their children against our children. So we can no longer be beholden to these status quo candidates, never. So I solicit everybody's support in this forum and everywhere else as we embark on this arduous journey, to bring light and permanently illuminate our land and translate this people youth powered campaign into an electoral victory for Peter B and Ahmed Dati in 2023. So as I discussed with Aisha, so my resources will be channeled towards getting the people in the diaspora to make contributions to this campaign. Nigerian citizens, bona fide Nigerian citizens, actually. So, and that's the area I want to come in, and I'd like to explore further. Maybe I'll talk with our Sharma on that, see that, so that they would, like you said, somebody said, make sure that the campaign is funded directly, not given to any group or anything. It has to be forwarded to the campaign itself, and with the power of our voices, collective voices, and with the power of our votes, and with the thunderous weight of our sheer will and resilience, the Nigerian root youths and the grassroots would join forces, and support Mr. Peter B, the leader we know and who knows us, to chart a new course and seek a new direction to lift our people from prisons of poverty to prosperity. That is just what we're trying to achieve, so that no child will be left, left behind. We all have, what are we even asking for? We want equal access to the political and economic opportunities that this country has to offer. So this is no longer business as usual for these recycled leaders. Matter of fact, I spoke to a very good friend of mine who was Umar Diko's personal assistant, and he told me so many things about these candidates. He knows I'm not going to mention them by names, but the other two candidates, he knows them personally. And he said he's an APC guy, and he said, I cannot, in good conscience, support any of these guys because I have their dossier. So I just want to also use this opportunity to thank everybody that's on this platform. And yes, I'm doing that. And, you are doing such a great job, and we'll all work together it's no longer about tribe. We have been deceived a long time. So I am with you all the way. And I assure you're doing such a great job. And I want to thank you for that. I think that's all I have to say for now.
Thank you profoundly, Casimir. So we would bring in.
Can
Okay.
Dudu, apologize. Can I just come in, please? Is it possible for Century to unmute everybody and we ask Kenneth Okonkwo to speak?
Okay.
Okay, so what we
Because
can do,
I call him, I could literally hear us through the phone.
okay, so what we can do
Is that possible?
or we can ask, I'm going to lower the hand of everyone and ask him to just raise his hand. That's
okay,
all.
Fantastic then.
Raise your hand, sir.
So that we hand his hand up, right?
Yes, yes. So I've lowered.
I'm trying to see.
That is if he knows the feature.
Okay, if he doesn't know the feature,
Okay, there's an Adakole Jogi. Is that him?
Okay, let's find out. Century, are you?
yes, I've given him co-host. Can you speak now, Adakole? Please speak.
Okay, yeah, he's co-host now.
I'm asking him to unmute.
Yeah, you're still muted. These technology things. Apologies, everyone, but we just no bad weather, only bad clothing. Okay, I think that's not happening. No, he's not speaking.
He's not speaking. I'm asking to unmute.
Yeah. Can you please unmute? Hello, Mr. Kenneth. If you can hear us, can you raise your hand? If you're the one, if it's your hand that is raised, can you unmute and speak? Okay, there's someone who still wants to join. He said that it's still not working. Is it possible that the host has shut the doors of the meeting to reduce the crowd? No, not really. We just have today is just sort of like anyway, no problem. Okay, I think let's continue. Let's continue. I'll try and reach him on the phone.
Okay.
Do we have pledges from people? Please, are you donating? Let me go.
We can start the pledge process now.
Zenith Bank, I get alert. Zenith Banks, quickly. We have a 5,000 in here, another 5,000. We also have another 5,000. It's raining 5,000.
Yippee!
Yes, another 5,000 also. Can you please put up the account numbers, please?
Yes, it's on the screen now. Can you see?
Fantastic. So that's it. If you have your thing, just bring out your phone, do some transfers. Zenith Bank 1241-950451. Sterling Bank 0091-657896. Heritage Bank, we have 1400234-900. And Globus Bank 100128-194. Go ahead, Dudu.
Okay, we'll allow Ukachi to speak. Century, please.
Okay, please. So now you can make your pledges and your donations. So Ukachi, you have the floor to speak. Ukachi, please speak.
Good evening, everybody. I am privileged to be here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Good. I am privileged to be here. I am the PRO of our Obi-Dati support group here in Germany, and we have been working tirelessly since our principal, His Excellency Peter Obi, came here to visit and gave us his resounding speech even before he came, we had been working tirelessly. And a lot of us as individuals have already made our donations. But this evening, listening to Aisha talk, I was moved, just like everybody else who heard her talk, because she represents the voice of the voiceless. And there are millions of voiceless people in Nigeria. And for all of us, this Peter Obi's and Obi Ahmed, that is mandate and their pursuit for the presidency and vice presidency position is not just an ambition. It's like a liberation for us. It's the liberation we have been waiting for. And we're working tirelessly here. Nigerians in diaspora, we are organizing events to raise funds, and as individuals, we are donating actively as well. So I wouldn't be making a pledge today because my organization, we are still in the middle of events that we're organizing to raise funds. But like I said, as individuals, we have already donated to the bank account that Reverend Itua sent to us when he addressed us. But I just want to say to Aisha and every other person on this platform this night that we're all proud to be here, and we would not give up this fight until we push the people who have been holding our necks down out of office for good. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Okachi. Sorry, Century. Barrister Kenneth Okonkwo just sent me a message that he can't even see the icon for raising hand.
Okay, what I would do now would
I'm
be
also trying to see the icon for raising hand. I can't even see it on my computer.
On computer. So what I would do is I would allow everyone to mute, and then he would unmute himself.
Yes, and then you can go back and let's of all just know which of this thing is his.
So you can unmute yourself.
So Barrister, if you can hear us, just go ahead and start speaking so that we. Hello, just go ahead and start speaking. Unmute yourself so that we know. Oh.
Or he can tell us his screen name, the name he joined with. He can tell his screen name.
Why don't you just leave and come back again? Oh, wow.
He can let us know his screen name, the name he used in joining. That would also help.
Okay, so he's saying that, okay, can I put you on speaker if they can hear?
We can't hear you. We can't hear the speaker.
No. I just want them to be able to see whether they can. Century, can I send you his number or something to guide him?
Yes, please send me his number immediately.
Yeah,
that would be
that would be the best thing. Okay.
Do that very quickly. Thank you. And let him know I'm going to contact him immediately to resolve this.
Good evening, everyone.
Momodu Brahim. Okay, so while we try to sort out the network challenge, preventing Barrister Kenneth from joining, we will have Suleiman Adamu speak. So Suleiman Adamu, you have the floor to speak while we try to resolve the technical difficulty faced by Barrister Kenneth. So Suleiman, you have the floor. Suleiman Adamu, you have the floor. Thank you. Are you speaking?
Yes, I'm speaking. Can you hear me?
We can now hear you.
I muted myself. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. You can speak. We can hear you.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm so elated. I'm happy to be here. Just like my big auntie have said, Aisha Yusufu, Nigeria is at the precipice, and all of us, we all have a role to play. as citizens to rescue our country. I'm particularly not too impressed with how the mobilization stuff and everything has been going on. But exclusively, let me just have, I'm the co-convener, Edo North for Peter Obi, a support group for our principal based in Edo North, Archdiocese of Edo State. My own contribution is we have just like about 80 something or let's say 80 days to election. I expect that the contact and mobilization of the Labour Party, as well as the Directorate for Support Group, if any exists, should be a beehive of activities by now, where support group can actually communicate directly to the Directorate. For the first time in the annals of our nascent democracy, we've not seen this type of buoyancy on the part of Nigerians, willing to contribute their own resources, people don't even want money. You just say, okay, just give us posters, give us banners. People have been doing it individually and all of that. We've done a lot, as individuals and all of that. But we can actually do more as a group. So I implore the party, I implore the leadership, people around our principal, to let him know that there is need for an active directorate for support group. The support group, we are just like the life wire of this whole Peter Obi's and presidential campaign. And I don't think a very, very serious party should not take us for a ride. We can't do. By now, we should have access to them. Tell them this is what we need. This is how we can. No matter how little it is. So just like as Mr. Yusuf Kano have said, there is need for communication. If the directorate is not active, they need volunteers. Let them, say it. We can actually volunteer. And particularly, I shuttle between Abuja, Benin, and Auchi. If I'm in Abuja, I could just go to the directorate. I volunteer. If it's 2 hours a day, 4 hours per week, I volunteer. I'll help them out. Oh, and I learned is that we are not actually putting in. I see the party, I see a lot of people having interest in the North. They just say, oh, there's a whole lot of attention in the North. No, I'm not saying there are no, there should be, but I think the party should equally focus on areas of this where you have your strength. You should work effectively to harness your strength in those areas. Obama won the United States election because where the Democrats were predominantly, very strong and they had lesser votes, he was able to have more votes in those areas, work more on those areas, and he did the unbelievable. So what I'm saying is we need to work in the South, in the area where we feel or where pundits are saying that Peter Obi is very strong. If we work in those areas, particularly my state, I'm using my state as a case study. We just have to work very hard so that at least this political party will not even get 25%. I see it as a defeat. If the other two political parties get 45% in my state, it shouldn't happen. So in the strongholds of Labour Party, we should not allow them to even have 25%. So we should not just concentrate only on the North. There are a lot of people in the South today, they don't know about Labour Party, especially in the villages. And there's a lot of work we need to do. So the directorate for contact mobilization or for support group should be up and running. We should have access to them and tell them our competencies we are getting from the field. This is what we can do. If Auntie Aisha don't organize spaces like this or fund or event like this, we usually do not have a platform where we can actually relate to the party. So young people are more interested in this election. We are not asking for material resources. we can actually provide little from our own end, for logistics, movements, and all of that. And to my greatest surprise, in my own village, I'm from Aviele, close to Auchi. We have not held any Labour Party meeting. It was just about 2 months ago when I went home. I'm like, okay, let's organize. The people were like, oh, we've been waiting for this. There are a whole lot of things. Do you get? So it's not yet Uhuru yet in the South. We need to do more. And just before I yield the mic, I actually want to say one or two things again, quickly because of time and constraint. Let me tell you, we all have 1 million reasons why we should work for a working Nigeria. I am an agri person. I'm into agro aggregation. I have an aggregation center in Zamfara. Our own aggregation center was attacked by bandits, and our food items worth about 10 million naira were carted away. The rest were gone. That's a country that has failed me.
So Salman, we would have to cut you because our guest is currently in. If you can summarize very quickly, that would be great. Thank you.
All right, that's
Yes. So our guest is here. Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo has been able to finally join us. Mr. Kenneth, please confirm if you can. Mr. Kenneth, please confirm if you can hear us clearly.
Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome.
If you,
Awesome. Welcome.
if you want me to raise my hand now, I can raise my hand.
Honestly, Barrister Kenneth, please let me apologize to you. It's really my fault in so many ways. So I sent 2 links to you, the YouTube link and the Zoom link, which we all shared. I forgot to make that decision. I ought to have only sent the Zoom to you since you were going to be on Zoom as our guest speaker. So I totally take responsibility for you coming in late. I had apologized to them before that I didn't call you at the agreed time of 8 p.m. I don't know why I'm so shabby today. I'm really incompetent today, but the thing is that I will learn from this and I'll do better the next time. So I didn't call you on time, and then I sent 2 links, and unfortunately you were actually on YouTube instead of inside Zoom. So thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this even at such short notice. And I yield the floor to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my sister. Your kind of strength is quite very commendable. I want to greet everybody that is listening in from all parts of the world. It's it's an honor and a privilege that I am part of this movement, which God has ordained, and which all of us are in it together because of our individual conviction. Whoever you see in this movement brought himself by God's own intervention. Now, this movement has actually been in incubation. The only thing that this movement, that has held up this movement from appearing in the horizon before now, is because there is no person, no leader that the people could aggregate and congregate around in order to pursue this revolution. Nobody will be interested in revolution except a leader appears for which they are willing to do anything for their nation. Because why would you want to die when you're not sure that something is going to come out of it? Nobody wants to die in vain. In this life, everything has to do with investment if you are looking for a dividend. So even if you want to invest your life, you would have to be convinced that you are not going to do it in vain. That is why we are very grateful to God that has divinely inspired Peter Obi to take this decision. And at the time he did it, I can guarantee you that were it not for the hope people are seeing in Nigeria today, Nigeria would have gone into pieces before the election. I can guarantee you that if it were just the faces of these recycled octogenarians that people are seeing today, in other words, meaning that there is no hope, a lot of things would have been happening in Nigeria today. We would have been going through maybe bloody revolution. So the appearance of Peter Obi is already delivering dividends of democracy even before he's declared a winner. In all our campaign trips and rallies, and thank God my sister is with me in some of them, you could see the hope written on the faces of people. You could see the trust that they are bestowing on a Nigerian leader, which I thought was no longer possible. So I am grateful to God for this opportunity. Now, having said this, let us now look at Nigeria. The only reason that I am sure that a new Nigeria is possible is because we have all it takes to become a great nation. We are not poor, meaning we have money. We are not few, meaning we have men. We are not a desert land, meaning we have materials. The only thing we don't have is good leaders. You can imagine in Nigeria, we have almost 853 kilometers of coastal line, giving us the power to be a maritime superpower. Fishes, you can just train some young men and they can just move in and catch fishes, and they are ready to export and they are ready to be rich. If only we had trained men in maritime things and they would just know how to go and catch fish, which God has just put there. We can export them and you know who will be. Look at our arable land, more than 923 square kilometers of arable land. Look at it. We can feed the world. If only you would train farmers and let there be peace. Give them peace and security. With agriculture alone in the First Republic, we were a superpower nation in economics and in the economy. Pyramids of prosperity, built with groundnut, built with cocoa, built with palm oil. Just because we had leaders who had conscience then. Children were going to school free of charge. Teachers were so treated well. Look at that. Leadership. We have our gold. Practically, as in gold, in Zamfara. Rather than fetching us money, it is fetching us tears. Foreigners are there, reaping the gold, and the indigenous are there, being killed and massacred. Just look at our oil. More than 51 pipes projected into the one official pipe, meaning for any 1 barrel of oil that is produced in Nigeria, 51 barrels are stolen and sold illegally. So you can imagine what good leadership can do. The difference between poverty and wealth is the difference between bad leaders and good leaders. Dubai is a desert land, and good leadership transformed that desert land to an arable land. So was Israel. Today, Israel is exporting agricultural products. But look at Nigeria, an arable land, transformed to a desert land where you are producing nothing. The leaders that put us in this situation where we are supposed to be a rich nation and we have become a beggarly nation. They deserve the prison, not the presidency. They deserve the prison, not the presidency. But that's by the way. Now we have a hope that we can rely on. Now we believe that a new Nigeria is possible because we have a leader that has practiced the art of leadership. He is trained in all the best universities in the world. He had been to Harvard. He has been to Columbia State University in New York. He has been to London School of Economics, Oxford, Cambridge, and all these things. He had been trained in management, marketing management, trained in financial management. Of course, he had read his philosophy in University of Nigeria. About capacity, you can see how energetic he is. He goes more than 10 appointments in different states in a day. Anytime we're going on a rally, before we touch the rally ground, he had visited like 3 other spots, meeting the leaders, meeting the traditional leaders. And you'll be wondering, is this man made with extraordinary strength? So, capacity, courage, you can see character. When we visited the Oba of Benin, the Oba of Benin looked at him and said, your integrity precedes you. Because the Oba could not understand how a man in Nigeria will be giving what is due to him as a governor. Meaning, what is due. Not that this one is illegal. He's entitled to pension by the law of Anambra, was entitled to a plot of land. In FCT, for instance, every Nigerian is entitled to a plot of land. But he refused all those things. Why? Because it's the people, the good of the people that he was looking at. Character, capacity, then competence. He transformed Anambra State from being the worst to the best. Now, this opportunity is not an opportunity Nigerians should miss, because Nigeria is actually on a life support. So we are actually on a life support, on a precipice. And we are praying that this last chance that we are seeing, that God will help us. However, there is no reception to theology when a man is hungry. In all honesty, all these people you're seeing, all this crowd you're seeing, none of them is collecting money from us. None. Everybody coming there is coming on his own. But then election is costly. We are going on private jets. When we went to Taraba, we went on 3 different jets. Helicopter, then 2 jets. The helicopter, the CNC, incoming CNC, we will use it to visit some of the traditional rulers before meeting us at the stadium, because there are places that the plane cannot land. Then you have the jet that took some of us, and then the VP's jet that took some other people. And a lot of people had to be left behind. It's just for you to understand how costly, ordinarily, even when people are not asking you for money. Talk about venue, you talk about this. Each rally costs us in hundreds of millions. Yet, people like us that are participating in it, we are not receiving any money. When I started campaigning to them, I say, okay, I'm now understanding that we don't give shishi. Okay, it didn't reach me or it reach us. So, but we will not allow these people to use instrument of hunger to wipe us out. No matter how much honest you are, you cannot go to market and tell the market woman to give you the pepper. Money. Our greatest hindrance today is funds. Remember, we have more than 176,000 polling units, and we are supposed to have agents in these polling units. Most times, at least 2. So you're talking about you're going to employ almost in a neighborhood of going to 300 to 400,000 people. And you must cater for their transport, cater for the minimum thing, at least what they will feed on. Even if you're giving your agent 10,000 as a party that is looking for money, times 20,000 by about 300,000 to 400,000 persons. I'm talking about agents on that day. Because if you don't have agents in any place, you've heard maybe what the presidential candidate of APC said. The presidential candidate of APC told them that power must be gotten at all costs. Grab it, fight for it, snatch it, and run with it. These people are prepared to do anything because they know they don't have the love and support of the people. So what we're just asking and pleading is, please, whoever wants the salvation of this country must come to our rescue in terms of funds. I know how much my colleagues, spokesperson, the PCC, I know how much everybody is crying. In all honesty, if I had the kind of power that I have now, then I would have insisted that we wouldn't need to form a PCC. Because immediately you form the PCC, a lot of people now thought those members in PCC are now enjoying or receiving something, and is making some people to begin to, develop cold feet, thinking as their name is not called, oh, maybe all their sacrifices are not recognized. No. Nobody in PCC is, as a matter of fact, some of them are even saying, oh, why did they include my name? Because maybe their village members are now expecting them to be killing cow for them every week because their name is now PCC. So please, every member of Obedient, you're a member of the PCC. The question now is that we are pleading that we will need a bailout because these people know, and they even said it. They say we are going to run out of steam before the election because of lack of funds. So they know that Nigerians are yearning for us. They know we have a capable candidate, but they are believing that the fund will be our greatest undoing. So far, they are failing and they will continue to fail. But I take my boast in God first and in people like you listening to me, that you will not allow this movement to fail. You will not allow money to be that thing that will stop the emergence of a new Nigeria. So I'm pleading with you to please help out, no matter what you can give. And I want to thank, I heard 5,000 streaming. If we have 1 million people now streaming 5,000, you know what it is. So in union, there is strength. Even God himself, who is spiritual, said, if you want to come to worship him, come with your substance. So we are pleading for the sake of the rescue of this movement. Please, whatever you can bring in will be very appreciated. And I thank you very much for what you have done. And I await for your response and reply or questions, if any. Thank you. I hope I am being heard.
Oh, absolutely. You're being heard. It's such a joyful thing, always hearing you speak. Thank you so much in spite of the hitches. And that's what we always talk about. There are no bad weather, only bad clothing. No matter what it is, we stay on and we're going to continue on this journey. It's tunnel vision. Let's focus on the big picture and don't take our eyes off the picture. Thank you so much, Barrister Kenneth Okonkwo. Thank you so much for always inspiring us. Right from watching you in the movies, and then now every time it's always like when you finish speaking, it's like, okay, where are the wings? I believe I can fly. So thank you for always making us believe that we can fly. And I must say to you, honestly, as you were speaking, the alerts were just dropping. Shegun 50,000, Chioma 50,000, Solomon 50,000. So one of the things that I'm trying to do is that I don't call out all the names except for those who have asked for all their names to be called out. Otherwise, some people want to stay anonymous and just donate. We have 200,000 from.
Wow.
Okay, this is a company. Yes, this is a name here. So I won't mention the name out there, but we have 200,000. We have 1,000 naira coming in. Thank you so much, Williams. We also have 20,000 naira from Haruna. Thank you so much, Haruna, for that. We have another 20,000 naira from Hillary. So Hillary, that's the middle name. So I'm leaving out the other name. So I just look for the name that is generic, sort of like, hey, we have 30,000 naira also coming here from Bosun. Thank you so much, Bosun, for that contribution. And we have here, we have, what's this thing now? Where's the amount? Yeah, 10,000 naira has come in from Ahmed. Thank you. Oh, no, not for Ahmed. He mentioned it's for Baba-Ahmed. It's from Ambrose. Yes, Ambrose. Thank you so much, Ambrose, for that. We have Augustine, 10,000 naira also coming in from Augustine. We have another 10,000 naira from Kingsley. We have 10,000 naira also from Momodu. Okay, Oshomu, no, okay, that's definitely someone from my place. Thank you so much. We have also Theophilus here has put in 10,000 naira. So let me read up order this thing. Oh my goodness, this is really so amazing. We also have another 10,000 naira from all this one is all traditional names. So I'm trying to, okay, so let me just shorten it to Agene. It's a longer name. So I'm just trying to make it as generic as possible. For those who have paid, these are the ones that are coming in through the Zenith, because the Zenith is the one that I can see immediately. Others are sometimes, so I get this bank statement, and then we have others also. It's other people that are receiving the alert. I saw a message here. Someone is asking who are the people who are in charge of the account. I would say I'm one of the signatories of the account. I think Mr. Peter Obi did mention it the other time we had the meeting. I'm one of the signatories. There are two other people who are also part of the signatories. And what we have sort of like a system. So the fact that I'm a signatory, I am not in the how do I put it now? I'm not one of those who generates what the money has to be done. There is a team. It has to come from a particular team that will generate that, and then it's vetted. And then when it's vetted, it comes to us, and we're sure that okay, what it's used. So, for example, if they say they're going to do, they're going to buy T-shirt, and then they put in that, oh, we're buying 100 T-shirt, and each T-shirt is 50,000. So there's this thing that is going to say, what T-shirt are you buying 50,000? That's not possible. There are T-shirts that are 2,000 or 3,000 or whatever. So we have all of those system in check. The most important thing beyond even before the money itself coming in is the accountability. That one I can tell you is the accountability. Both Peter Obi himself and also Deti Baba-Ahmed, they're very keen on that accountability. And that's one of the reasons why you say it took a long time before the accounts were finally put out. And so that's one thing I can assure you in terms of accountability, there is so much being done on that. And that's why for some people who keep saying, okay, why don't you raise money either for support groups? And look, because we can't vouch to an extent. Not that we are saying that they are not this, but to that extent. And quite a number of the other two signatories are also people who have their names to protect. Name is everyone's character integrity. It's very, very important to us all. And so, yeah, that's it. We have also now 5,000 naira has just come in from Victor. So thank you so much, everyone donating. There is 10,000 naira right here from Cynthia. I think. Oh, there's one that says 5,317 naira. That has also just come in. Thank you so much. There's another 10,000 naira here from Ude. Thank you so much, everyone.
Yes,
Hello.
we have some hands raised. Are you there? Okay, we have some hands raised, and I think it's time to take some pledges from people who want to speak. I remember one of our speakers before said that they had a pledge to make.
Better Nigeria Outreach. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Better Nigeria Outreach. So Better Nigeria Outreach, you have the floor to speak now to make your pledge or donation, national donation. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Excuse me. Like I said before, it's a journey for everybody. And there's a responsibility that we all need to shoulder. On behalf of my group, we are giving out 200,000 this week, and the money has already been dropped. Thank you, Madam Aisha, for not calling the name of the company. Thank you so much. I actually appreciate that. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you so much. And for me, I didn't want to say it. I wanted you first to do the pledge directly yourself, to say that even last week they did the same thing. And when I got the mail, let me read that to the mail they sent in. They said, "We thank you for your email in regards to the updates on the Baba-Ahmed campaign fundraising tomorrow. Our group donated 200,000 last meeting, and we intend to stay constant. We look forward to seeing all obedience tomorrow. Thank you and have a blessed evening." When I got that mail from them, it was super, so heartwarming. And, just for me, I don't even have the words to thank you all. And, that dedication, it takes a lot for one to be dedicated to something and constantly do it. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone that is donating to this cause. It says so much. Yes, we might not have the bullion vans, but we have each other, and we have our naira, our kobo, our whatever it is. We put it together. We have also right now another donation of 10,000 naira from Thank God. We have Juliet also just sent in 20,000 naira. We also have Chinyere that sent in 5,000 naira. Like I said earlier, please, this is the one for Zenith. I know I did say last week I was going to work on it, but it's just been, a lot of things. Sometimes the travels and everything. I've not really sat down to ensure I'm able to get all the other what do you call it now, accounts as they are coming in, but definitely we will work on that. Thank you so much. Over to you, Centurion Dudu.
Okay, thank you, Comrade Aisha. Thank you, Barrister Kennedy Okonkwo, for a stellar presentation. And thank you to all our donors who are currently contributing towards the campaign. No matter how small it is, it's needed 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20 million, whatever it is you can contribute, you're contributing towards the betterment of this nation. So right now we've lowered all hands. At this stage, if you want to make a pledge or announce your donation, please, you can raise your hand. So that way we can give you the floor. If you're going to be talking about the issues you're facing, the challenges and things like that, this is not the time for that now. We've passed that phase. You're currently, or what you're doing at the community level, this is not the time. And right now it's time for pledges. It's time for donations and announcement of donations. And so we have Emeka Waneri. So Emeka, you have the floor to announce your donation or pledge. Thank you. So Emeka, you have the floor.
Yeah, so Yeah, thank you. Actually, I have made a donation of 10,000 naira. By the grace of God,
Thank you.
next week I'll also make another one.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you, Mr. Naka.
Thank you.
Thank you for your donation.
Thank you
we
so much.
have-
I'm still getting mails from people who, unfortunately, they were not able to join the link that they said they have. Apologies once again to everyone. We will send mails to them, and hopefully next week we will not have any of this issue by the grace of God. Thank you.
Yes, we definitely will not have any issue. We've learned from this experience. Johnson Agriga, you have the floor to speak. Johnson Agriga. Johnson, you have the floor.
Before he comes on, we have 100,000 naira that has just come in from Justin. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Johnson, you have the floor to speak. Thank you.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, okay. Apologies. I am actually in a place where I didn't have access to my account information, but I intended giving in fact, initially I think I sent a DM to Aisha that I was going to give 30,000, but I think I'll just make it 50,000 now.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I am really impressed and encouraged with what you guys were doing, because at a certain point I felt like as if there is no hope, or kind of being optimistic about Nigeria. But I think what you guys are doing have actually revived our hope and optimism in the country. So. And I know, just as like a word of encouragement, during this main campaign time, I know there are going to be challenges, because the established politicians, they're not just going to lie down to watch the power, for them to lose grip of the power. So I know they're going to like bring out every tactics from the books and everything. So I just want to encourage you guys to keep up what you're doing. Just stay focused. I'm really impressed with Aisha. I love listening to you. I think you're awesome. So just keep up the good work that you guys are are doing already. And regardless of whatever the challenge is, my yardstick usually is the amount of challenges we see actually indicates that something is happening. Because if really, going by what they've been saying, that the Obidati campaign has no structure, I believe they would have ignored the campaign. But the fact that they are like bringing out every strategy they can come up from the book shows that what you guys are doing is actually making inroads, and they are feeling threatened. So just keep up the good works that you guys are doing. I'm really motivated and inspired by your efforts. Thank you.
Thank you, Johnson.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Also, sorry, Century. I just saw something that I needed. I just jumped in. Apologies for that. So someone said a platform that should take hundreds and more people should be used for this fundraising. And I wanted to say to them, this platform actually takes over 1,000, I believe, right?
Yes, over 1,000, and we can even scale more.
So it's not the platform. It's one where we had a bit of hitch, and so there are people who are still sending in messages they can't come in, but then there are also people who haven't come in. So please, let's try and encourage other people to come. This platform, honestly, since we started using it, it's been for free. I mean, if you're going to use a platform where you take thousands, we know how much. But when I reached out to Century, it was like, no, we're doing this for Peter Obi, that he's not going to collect anything. And he's been doing so many amazing work. Just to let every one of us know that, yes, even if for those who feel, oh, they don't have money to give, your time is money, your effort is money, your being there, it's money. Yes, everything will be appreciated. And even those of you who give money, yes, you're not only just giving money, you're putting in your everything. So I just wanted to say that to us all here. And thank you so much for everyone that is donating. Thank you.
very much, Ma. It's always a pleasure to serve a movement. So we have Hannah. Hannah, you have the floor to speak to make your donation. Please keep it brief so that we can take up more hands. We have quite a number of hands up, and we want to give everyone an opportunity to donate. So Hannah, you have the floor to speak and share us. Let us know about the donation.
All right. Hi. Hello, everybody. Thank you for all you are doing. And thank you, my lovely sister, Aisha. I think we talked, is it 2 or 3 weeks ago? Thank you for everything. And by the grace of God, in 2027, I've told you, you'll be the governor of Edo State, whether you like it or not. So for right now, or maybe sometime next week, I will send in my money. I will be sending in 50,000, and hopefully what I pursue goes through, and I will further support what we are doing. Thank you.
Yay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sister.
Thank you so much, sister. With what I've seen Peter will be going through just to serve the people more. I like my space where I have my big mouth and I'll go and sleep. Service is not an easy thing, honestly. Thank you, everyone. Over to you, Century.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you, Hannah, for the donation. And so the next person we have is Ijogi. Ijogi, please, you have the floor. Adakole Ijogi, you have the floor.
Yes, hello?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear now.
Okay, my name is Adakole Ijogi. Let me start by saying that I'm an unrepentant PDP member. I've been in the PDP since the formation in 1998. And I want to first eulogize my sister, Aisha Yusufu. And let me say to her that she is the modern day superhero.
University in New York.
In the brand of Peter Obi,
The modern day
yes.
superhero.
Yes, she is the modern day superhero.
In the brand of Peter Obi.
Yes, that's when we think about queens like Queen Amina, who ruled over a kingdom. We look at Aisha Yusufu as those who have inspired younger generation of women, that whatever she went through in her life is what has made her to be where she is today. Now, as a PDP member, let me say this, that I am in the heart of PDP. I have a digital footprint. My name is Adakole Ijogi. You can Google it.
Okay, so Mr. Adakole?
Yes, listen. Yes, I was supposed to have spoken now. I know this is a time for donations, but please.
So it's actually a time for donation.
Just
we
give
want to stick to that.
2 minutes. 2 minutes is all I ask. 2 minutes. That it is about capacity, competence, character, and what Kenneth Okonkwo, my brother, refused to. He forgot to mention compassion, which Peter Obi has, which is why some of us in the PDP have decided to support the obedience movement. And kindly allow me to say that when it comes to politics, there is a strategic management of funds, strategic contributions of funds. And that in this arrangement, my suggestion is give me my sister Aisha Yusufu or Obazie or Doyin Okupe so that we can meet in certain restricted or confined arrangements so that we can raise funds from high rollers who are quietly supporting the obedient movement. I cannot pronounce certain things over the air on the internet or on national television. But what I'm saying to you is simple, that we need to constrict ourselves as people in support of Peter Obi being the next commander-in-chief. And that I can confirm to you that there are some PDP members highly placed who are in support of this movement. that we need first and foremost to secure or seclude ourselves so that these funds can come in, because elections takes money. I am a practicing politician and I know that it takes funds. Thank God, my brother Kenneth made mention to that. Flying private jets and helicopters and hosting rallies and all of that. It costs money. We appreciate everything that everybody is doing. 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 200,000. That is fine. But there are strategic individuals that I am saying, and I want to put it out there, in the People's Democratic Party, PDP, who are in support of the obedience movement. And they're looking for avenues where they can come in and support, bring in their finances. And then my suggestions are thus far. One.
So thank you, Adakule, for your suggestions. Please, I will send you a private message so you can further share them. Right now, we're currently trying to raise funds. The next speaker we have is Obara Chinyere. That's the next person we'll have. Please, as much as possible, keep it brief and straight to the point so that we can take up more hands and take up more people that want to raise funds, that want to donate to the campaign. So, Obara, you have the floor, please. So, Obara Chinyere, you have the floor,
Well,
please.
we have Abdul Karim has sent in 20,000 naira. So, and we have Uche now.
Good evening, all. I hope you can hear me now.
Yes, you can hear you.
Hello.
Yes, you can hear you. Yes, you can hear you.
My name is Okarachi Nwita. I'm the hello. Okay,
yes, you can hear
me now. Okay. Good evening. Well, I have to stay awake since 9 o'clock to see to the end of this because Peter, some of us are obediently obsessed. I'm from Imo State. And I know I met with Aisha first time in Nasarawa State, but we didn't exchange our contacts then. I've already made my donations, and Aisha, like she has announced it, I'm the first person to start anything concerning the whole of Imo State. And some of us have spent through our nose, and we are still spending, and we will spend till the end, even if it's the last kobo. It's better that we do it now. All of us are going to suffer from it. So, like me, Chinyere, I'm a grassroots mobilizer. All my support group, I have my support group, 36 states of the federated. I'm the one funding, supporting. I've never received any 60 since I started this journey from PDP till we cross over. I followed him over to Labour Party, and we have been doing marvelously well. This is the time for donation, but I raised my hand to actually appreciate my Amazon. He's my role model. Yes, when we met yesterday or on Tuesday, I have to hug her and tell her, yes, that is the kind of women we want in the politics now. And all of us have to fight this battle with their last blood because we cannot afford to be refugee here. Even today in front of my plaza, they kill somebody. So many, all these anomalies, we must fight to see to the end of it. So not about feminine or masculine now, it's about all of us and our children. We don't have any other country to call our own. Some of us that are in grassroots, I printed my billboards, my flex, everything, all my local government. There is no tree, there is no church, there is nothing like P2B or flex there to indicate that this is the Labour Party, because I know how I carried everybody to PDP. Now all of us are in Labour Party. I carried all of them back to Labour Party. So to show them the logo, we have to, it's not all about money, because it might give all these funds now. People are not still aware of where to vote or what to do. We are all struggling in vain. So I actually want to encourage everybody, the little, if we can even make this account public. That's what I've been telling the national chairman. Let's call for fundraising. This year we cannot just watch. Support groups, support group. So many people are complaining. You don't sponsor the because we started this thing thinking that, at a state, Labour Party will carry this. But we lift all this thing from our shoulders. But we knew now, we just understand that we will carry it to the end. And so there is no other way than this fundraising we are doing. So let's keep up this fundraising, even if it's going to be every week, every day. The little, even if it's even if people can be giving even 500, if 20 million Nigeria give 500 naira, you know how much it is. Any amount, no amount is too small, provided it has to do.
Thank you, Mrs. Obarachne, for your contributions. And like I said, please keep it very brief and short, and so that we don't have to cut you halfway. It would be great if you make your presentation in not less than 30 seconds or tops 1 minute. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you.
Century. Where to stay? Yeah. Sorry, I just want to say to Madam, thank you so much. And it's really inspiring just hearing you talk about the fact that we will carry this to the end. That's the spirit. That's that spirit. That's the Nigerian spirit that we all have to get in and bring out. Yes, all this while they brought it down, they will bring that out. And may the soul of the person that was killed rest in peace. Well done, everyone. As we were also talking, that there was some money that came in, 20,000 naira came in from Zekeri. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Comrade Aisha. So the next person we have is Dr. Haruna. You have the floor. Please keep it very brief. Dr. Haruna, to make your pledge.
You can hear me?
Yes, you can hear you, sir.
Okay. I just want to say thank you. Maybe at another forum or next meeting, I'll speak more. I've been the one doing a lot of the broadcasting just to sensitize people from Kaduna State. So I already gave a donation tonight when this meeting started of 20,000, but I intend to add another 80 to make it 100,000.
Wow. Thank you. God bless you, sir. Oh, thank you. That's the spirit.
But just a quick question. I don't know. Has anybody online watched any of my broadcasts?
I do. And my husband is always watching it also.
Okay, that's fine. Just please share it more, because I wasn't a politician, wasn't into politics. I wasn't even concerned about what was happening. But with the obedient movement, I got neck deep, and I hardly can go a day without doing a broadcast on it. So we need to let people get to know what's going on.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, sir. It's always a pleasure watching your broadcast, and it's always so inspiring. And your voice, it's always so great. Thank you so much. One thing I can tell you, my husband is always watching them. I think Century, so at this time, because we are on to like 2 hours now, we just need to, so that people can go on and have
We are
rest.
3 hours and my battery is going off. Good night.
Oh, thank you so much. Good night. And you did say, yes, the numbers can be made public. They're already in the public domain, but I totally agree. We need to take them out there more. And if you go to Peter Obi's Twitter handle, you see it there in his Twitter handle also. Thank you so much, everyone. Over to you, Century and Dudu.
So Dudu, I want to confirm if you can hear us, because it's we're getting to the end of the program. Just to confirm if you can hear.
Yes, I can hear you, Century.
Okay. Yes. So I hand over the floor to you. Thanks.
Right. So thank you, everyone, for your commitment to this investment in Nigeria's future. All of us are stakeholders. And instead of pursuing notoriety, let us all be the Nigeria that we want to see. None of us should wait until PCC recognizes us. None of us should wait until Labour Party recognizes us. All of us are stakeholders. And until we see ourselves as involved in this movement, until we see ourselves as given selflessly to this movement without being prodded, that is when the journey indeed becomes victorious. So do what you can do in your own space. Do not wait to be recognized. Just do it. Thank you once again for being a part of this third edition of Peter Obi Dati fundraiser. And as we gear up towards next Friday, we continue receiving donations. Donations doesn't stop. And then we would meet again, same time, same place, Friday next week. Thank you very much. We close now with the second stanza of our national anthem, or is it the first?
No, I think you started with the second. So
Second.
I think probably we will read out the first.
Fantastic.
So, but before then, we have Adebisi just sent in 1,000 naira. So thank you so much, Adebisi. Thank you. And
yes,
we also have Ibrahim also sent in 5,000 naira. So thank you so much, Ibrahim. And that's just that's the spirit. That's the spirit of us just going on. We will not give up. We'll continue to ensure that Nigeria works in our lifetime. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So on the count of 3, we recite the first stanza of our national anthem. Would everybody be unmuted?
Can we unmute everybody, please? Are we reciting or singing it?
Okay, let's sing then.
Sorry, everyone. For those of you who are always wondering why are we using our crooked voices, so the bill we got for national, for someone to do, if we have someone who can sing, they'll be helping us to do that. They say 5,000 naira, and we don't have 5,000 naira. We're looking at, we say 5,000. No, not 5,000, 500,000, right? How much was it, Dudu?
No, for the poet, I mean, not an artist to sing.
Okay.
Yes.
That was the 500,000, right?
Yes.
I would say 500,000. We do a lot of posters, so we do many apron. Apron is like 1,000 naira, so that would be like 500 apron. So it's better we put 500 apron on women and men in the market, and everybody will be seeing Peter Obi and Labour Party than for us to be singing here. So that's it. Thank you, everyone.
But
so
if I may ask, what was the poet supposed to write for you?
Pardon?
You said you were going to pay 500,000 for a poet to write something. What were they going to write?
Well, I mean, just like a charge, a spoken word, charge to inspire and motivate citizens to be a part of the movement, basically. Yes.
We are all inspired and motivated.
And send to you, send me an email address.
We are all inspired.
Oh, someone!
I could write something and send to you if you send me.
We will do. Yes.
Don't close your mouth.
Yes.
Thank you.
We will
We
reach
are
out.
all inspired, and I am sure by next week our jingle will be coming on board free of charge.
Yay! That's the spirit.
Please, can we get the email?
Yeah, it's Eche Samuel. That I'll send it to
drop it on chat. Write it as SMS so I could get it right.
Message to Century. Yeah.
I said he could write it where they wrote the other messages before, so I could just copy it out correctly, so I don't make a mistake.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So let's have our own this thing given to her, the email then.
The official email. Okay.
Okay, and someone is asking me, for those of you in diaspora, for citizens in diaspora, please can you use your Naira account to send in, to just send in money to us? We are still asking, one of the things we're just being very mindful of, with the new electoral act and a whole lot of things, we don't want situations whereby by the time Peter Obi wins the 2023 election, and then they begin to bring all sorts of legality and then technicalities and all of that. So we're being very extremely careful and extremely cautious and ensuring that we're doing everything within the ambit of the law. But we're still trying to see how we can get diaspora. So one of the things also for Nigerians in diaspora, for those who are able to come together and put money together, you can't do that and then probably use that to buy materials for us, to donate to us in kind. And part of the things that we'll also be putting out, watch out the Obidati campaign. We're going to be putting out the things that are needed for the campaign, so that people can choose what it is that which of the things they want to do. For example, you have, I do 100,000 posters, 1 million posters, 1,000 posters, 20,000 posters, all of those kind of things. Like apron costs about 900 naira. So in the few coming weeks, we begin to hear all the things that are being done. Apron costs about 900 naira, sometimes 1,000 naira. And so 20,000 naira, we actually give 20, and that means a lot. So some of the things that you can do is to also get the things done here. We'll try and get in people who are vendors, who have been known to do the job very well, and that if you can work with them or you have your own vendors, that will really be great. At the end of the day, what is really needed are the materials. And sometimes there are certain times we really want the material so that we don't go overboard. You know, the law says that we can't spend more than 5 billion naira for the presidential campaign, but there's nothing on the issue of donation in kind. Thank you so much, everyone.
Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Yes, Aisha, I've messaged you. Sorry, my name is Susan West. Aisha, I've messaged you privately, but I don't think you're ready. And
okay,
so
no, I don't think
I
so.
Just wanted to call your attention.
Okay. Let me go and look for it. Thank you so much.
Okay.
I will look for it. So, Century, go ahead, please unmute everybody. Let's do the national anthem.
Yes, everyone's unmuted so we can sing the national anthem. So let's do that. So we can all sing it now.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we have a pledge from Susan. 100,000 naira. Can you imagine? See the message.
We close with a bang.
Let me do my happy dance. Let me do. I'm a crazy person. Hey. How I feel is always how I feel.
Hey.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you, Susan. Yeah, so let's have the national anthem, right? The first stanza, right?
Yes, please.
Count of 3, go ahead.
I'm giving the sum of 10,000 naira.
Thank you.
Yippee.
Yes, I'm supposed to get a bell. I need a bell. Thank you.
I need a drum. I will get you a whistle.
Oh my goodness, it's late. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. This is so inspiring. This is so exciting. This is everything. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you so much, success. At the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Arise, to serve our Father.
To serve with heart and mind, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity.
A nation bound in freedom and peace and unity. We'll continue to have that nation where no Nigeria will be more than any Nigeria. No Nigeria is more Nigerian than any Nigeria. We are citizens. We are not slaves. And we'll get our country back. It might look as if we're joking. It might look as if we don't know what we're doing. It might look as if we're just out there screaming aimlessly. But guess what? Indeed, the universe is hearing. Indeed, all of us coming together, we will do something in this country. We will do that thing that people will look and say, wow, they did it. And after we've all done this, we'll look at ourselves and say, we really were crazy. We believe we could do it, and we did it. God bless you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Aisha.
Auntie Aisha, thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for staying on.
Aisha, when I saw you, when I saw Aisha join this movement, I knew I saw
Our
Peter
next
already in
governor
Aso
of
Rock.
Edo State. Thank you, man.
Thank you, everyone. Now, so anything I do it 100% with my everything, nothing. I don't leave anything
Sister Aisha,
behind.
you are in Abuja. We are not seeing you. I've been calling you on WhatsApp, reaching you. No reply. Yeah.
That means
Thank you, Aisha.
She's very busy. She's very busy.
Very busy, exactly.
Sister Aisha.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Sister
Thank you,
Aisha.
everyone.
Yes.
The next governor of Edo State. Thank you, ma.
I know like work. I like
Please can
service is
Dudu.